So yeah, so as I was saying, my anxiety is really very high at the moment, and I do feel that if I can start to build my confidence and feel more competent again, get out and about and start seeing people again, I do feel that my anxiety will start to go down. Not straight away, but I do think that will reinstill a sense of confidence, just having more contact with reality, with other people. But unfortunately, I can't do that straight away because of my extreme fear of COVID. Now, obviously, I don't want to live like this forever. This is, it's like I'm caught between a rock and a hard place because I'm terrified of COVID, but obviously that is keeping me trapped at home. That is increasing my other anxieties, but when I go out, I can't relax because I'm terrified of COVID. This overall level of arousal is triggering lots of negative thoughts as well, which is what I need therapy to help me to deal with this better. The other thing that I need to mention to the GP when I speak to him is to get that reassurance of regular vaccination, because it's really frustrating because my dad has spoken to the GP before. The GP knows my situation and he has said that I can have regular vaccination because of my extreme mental vulnerabilities. However, we're still waiting to find out when I'm going to get my next vaccination, which is really not good for my anxiety because I need to know. That is driving up my anxiety like nothing else. Now, I understand that they can't say exactly when vaccinations are going to be rolled out in the future, obviously, because that varies and depends on the variant and stuff like that. But what I want is reassurance that I'm on the register among the most extremely vulnerable, because mentally I am extremely vulnerable and I can't deal with illness. So if I were to catch COVID, even in a mild form, I'll be having such extreme panic attacks that I can literally end up in hospital just through having a panic attack, mentally, not physically. So it's scary, because of, so I do feel very extremely vulnerable on a mental level. If I didn't have mental problems, well then I wouldn't need them, but I do have mental problems. So extremely vulnerable mental problems. So that's what I need to say. I need them to put me on that register, the most vulnerable register, so that whenever they roll it out to the most extremely clinically vulnerable, I'm by default included in that group. It's not like something I have to constantly ask for, it's just a given, just a default. That's the only way I can live and overcome this going forward. So yeah, that will mean regular vaccinations. I don't know for how long, but if that's what it takes for me to make those baby steps to resuming some degree of normality, then that is a price worth paying, because the greater risk is me living like this forever, and that is not tenable. They need to treat mental health seriously, because mental health is serious. It affects you physically, it's serious. And it really is so frustrating. You have to fight for these things when it should just be their septics. They know my situation. It's like, how much evidence do I need? Know my situation. It's so frustrating. So anyway, I'm going to have to advocate that. Say, yeah, I need that reassurance. Whenever they roll it out for my extremely vulnerable, I automatically get the letter, and then obviously I have to arrange a home visit. Obviously, eventually, I want to be able to go to the clinic like everyone else, and that will come in time, when I resume my confidence. I'm sure eventually I'll be able to do that. But for now, obviously, I need home visits. But yeah, to have those vaccinations about twice a year, as they give for my extremely vulnerable, will at least then make me feel that my immunity's topped up. It will bring down my anxiety a little bit. It won't take it away, but it will mean that I can try and get out more, knowing that I can reassure myself to say, yeah, I've got, I've been regularly topped up. It will just be an extra kind of reassurance that will help me to make those baby steps and to feel a bit more confident and reassured that I do have that backdrop of immunity, that will make it less likely that A, I catch the disease, and B, if I do catch it, it's more likely to be asymptomatic or very mild symptoms that, yes, will still probably trigger some panic, but hopefully will be more bearable and short-lived. So it'll just give me that background level, because I need that, otherwise I cannot live, basically. And that's what I need to say in very strong terms. So that's two-pronged, really, what I need to advocate to the GP on Tuesday. Get me that referral as a matter of urgency to the mental health services, because I need urgent therapy. My mental health is, going down the pan. And vaccination. So I'm hoping I'll write notes before I speak to a GP, bullet points to say what I need. So I need to emphasise the seriousness of the situation. I don't need to go into too much detail to him because he's not a psychiatrist, but I just say, that mental state is deteriorating, basically, and it's having a really adverse impact on the quality of my life and shit like that. I have actually been trying to help myself as much as I can, doing self-therapy, because that's all I have at the moment. I've been in contact with a number of hypnotherapists to find out about that, because I thought that might help, because most of them offer free consultations. So I've got one tomorrow, not a consultation, a free initial, appointments. You can find out if you want to pursue it, because obviously you have to pay for it if you pursue it, obviously. But that might help, don't know, but it's worth trying. And I've also gone and spent quite a lot of money, because that's what DLA is for. DLA is meant for helping yourself with your disability, isn't it? That's what disability living allowance is for disability costs. So, I have to do what it takes at the end of the day to help myself when I'm waiting for therapy, don't I? Mental health is not an accessory, it's a crucial, it's an absolutely vital part of living, and I really have to sort my mental disorders out right now, and at the end of the day at the moment I'm just left to my own devices. So yeah, I've had to go and and I can't use the library, so I have to buy my own books because I'm OCD. But anyway, I've gone and got quite a few anxiety books, books on OCD management, and also I've gone and got some CDs. I don't know yet how much these are helping me, but I think I'm trying to listen to them every day, alternating them so I don't get bored. And I'm hoping that eventually it might start to help. Just learning relaxation techniques. It doesn't happen overnight, by the way. I've heard this, and sometimes you start to feel a little bit worse before you start to feel better. Sometimes, not always. Just because you're learning a new skill, which can also be a little bit stressful as well. And so it can take time before you start to learn your skills. But anyway, that's what I've been doing. So some of ECDs, Overcome Panic Attack the Mindfulness Way, Meditainment Total Relaxation, which is kind of visualization exercises. This is Relieve Anxiety, Hypnosis. These are the ones I've listened to so far, by the way. And Rachel Eccles, You Can Easily Overcome Hypochondria, and Rachel Eccles, Stop Unwanted and Intrusive Thoughts. They're the ones I've listened to already. Oh yeah, I've also got the Relaxation for Dummies book, and I've also listened to the Relaxation for Dummies CD. I actually thought the Relaxation for Dummies CD was the best one I've listened to so far, because it teaches you belly breathing and also progressive muscular relaxation. So yeah, I just need to listen to it more regularly. There's a few other hypnosis CDs that I still need to listen to, such as the self-hypnosis one by what's her name? Linda Hudson. Linda Hudson is a London-based hypnotherapist, by the way. But yeah, I'm not too sure. I haven't made up my mind yet what I think about them. But again, it's early days, and I'll probably need to listen to them quite a lot for them to actually do something. At the end of the day, it's kind of like shopping around, because it takes a little bit of time to find out what works, doesn't it? Like, you have to try to know, So, I just have to keep on finding what works, and I'm sure they're having some effect, but I just need to listen to them every day. Like I said, I've also gone and got quite a few books on anxiety, some of which I still need to read. And I've also recently just ordered one on mindfulness meditation, mindfulness-based stress reduction, which is a NICE approved, NICE being a National Institute of Clinical Excellence, National Institute, I think that's right, which NICE has recommended, mindfulness-based stress reduction. So I've gone and got a book on that. It's an 8-week course, so the idea is that it's like therapy that you apply to yourself over 8 weeks by following the book, and it also contains a CD as well. And it looks good, so I thought, well, it's worth a try, because mindfulness is meant to be good for like getting the mind to focus on the moment, and it's all about like a beginner's mind. So just trying to focus in on the moment and not thinking about the past or the future is what babies and young children do naturally. They're just in the moment, aren't they? Just thinking about the moment. They don't have that sense of time like adults do. So it's kind of getting back into that zone, and trying to just be in the now. There is actually a book, isn't there? The Power of the Now. That's one, by the way, that's on my reading list that I want to read, because that might help. And is his name Kabat-Zinn? I think that's his name. He's also written a book on who wrote The Power of Now? I can't remember who wrote it, or some other guy. There's also Kabat-Zinn who's written on mindfulness. So they're on my list though, which I'll get as another week. But yeah, I'm just trying find out what works as a matter, trying to help myself, because I don't know how long I'm going to have to wait. So I have to do my own therapy. I have to be my own psychologist. It just gives me a sense of like control of the situation, and I just feel, well, at least I'm doing something to help myself. I am taking back some control, but yeah, anxiety sucks. It's high. Anyway, so let me know what you think, if any of you have struggled with anxiety, and if any of you have any tips on how to manage anxiety and stay in the moment and all of that, do let me know. So thank you for watching.